show you a couple ways I started out getting to it, my breakdowns. I would always kind of assess before I got on the guy how he was set. So if he was sitting on his ankles here, I would usually go with the chop. If he had his toes curled here, up, I'd set on the other side and go ankle. You could also go spiral. So just a couple ways. I'm always trying to get to this one position here, a couple different ways. First, chop here, knee in the butt. I catch this wrist here, beat it off. Always looking for the fat part of this hand. Okay, not the wrist here. If I grab the wrist, this guy can roll it out. Okay, fat part of the hand, you can't. All right, here. This is the key. This is the position I'm always trying to get to. I call this my home position here. Okay, I get my knees straddled over this. This arm here is blocking this out. Okay, this, especially in college where riding time's a factor, I kind of figured out that, if I'm grabbing the fat part of this guy's hand here and he can't roll it out, his only hope is to come hand fight with this one. Okay, so I would if I was in a close match or I knew I needed riding time, I would ride the guy all day here. I'd get my hips heavy, start straddling here, get my weight down, and I'd block here so that he couldn't come in and peel it off. Kind of a hand fight game. Okay. So like I said, a couple different ways to get there. I got chop. I got, if he's got his toes curled here, I would sit on the other side here. Set with my chest a little bit lower. Here, so I could come quick. Depending on what breakdown I was going to use, I would start, I would set different. If I'm going to go ankle waist, I'd be lighter here, and I wouldn't have as much weight forward. Okay, here, so I could get here quick. Here, get his weight forward on his hands, then I'd switch off, chop. Here, again, he'd go elbow high. I'm in that same position, out here, home position. And I would really rack up riding time here. Zach Esposito showed me this series, and he said that the year he won his NCAA title, he had something crazy, like, through his 5 matches, I think he ended up having like 25 minutes of riding time or something like that. So I got chop, ankle, and then my third one is maybe this guy's set a little bit heavier on his hands. Okay, then I would go spiral usually. So I would, they're not going to let you bump him forward, but I can kind of cheat a little bit. So I'm here. I would get my weight, just bump him a little bit forward. Obviously, I'm setting a little bit different with this left hand since I'm coming here. Here. And I would get all my weight out on his hands here. My right knee is the key here. Anchored right on the inside of his thigh here. Okay, so I'm running him. He's going to stay up on his hands. Really make him carry my weight. All right. It's almost like I got a bolt between my chest and his shoulder right here. Here. Up. Okay, now when I'm ready, again, I'm just collapsing right over this wrist. Back to that same position. Here. Okay, fat part of his hand. Block in here so that he can't come in.
When he tripods up, you just go right to the hips, pull him down, then go right back.
Yeah, butt drag. Just butt drag. Here. You talking about if he tripods here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just pull him, butt drag him right down here.
Go right back to the far wrist.
Yep. Okay, so that's really the position I'm trying to get to, that bar position. And like I said, you could ride the guy all day there. Then when you're ready to go turn him, I'm going to take it out and put it on his back. All right, so again, I just kind of, those are really the 3 breakdowns I would use. Sometimes I'd go here, just to mix it up, set on the other side, claw, here, deep claw. And again, just get back over this bar. Run it down here. You'll see how I get my knees real wide here, and I almost let my hips sit on this. Puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder. They won't let you, it's technically illegal or potentially dangerous to rip this guy's shoulder like this, but I kind of hide this, and Garrett will tell you, the ref can't see, and I'm putting pressure on the shoulder here, definitely. Kind of like this.
So are you turning the wrist then?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, my hips put pressure on that too. All right, so, you know, rack up your riding time there, keep the guy down here in close match, but when I'm ready to go turning and get some back points, that's when I'll take the wrist and put it on the back. Okay, so this time I'll just go chop, here, catch that wrist, he'll go elbow high, here, pump position here. Now, let's say I've already got my riding time, maybe I'm looking for a major, looking to pin this guy, this is when I'll run him down, put it on his back here. Okay, so I'm just gonna butt drag him, here, put it on his back. Now I'm gonna sit up, okay? Got a couple different things I can do here. One, I lift it, get my overbar in, place it, step up high in his armpit here. This one, coming under his chin, grabbing his pec, and I yank him straight up, here. Okay? Straight up, kind of bending his back here, and I'll just take him right over, here. Now, I don't want to keep this leg in, I keep it here. Now, I'll get my count here, he bridges into me, kick him off, this one comes over the head, looking for my pin here. So again, here, ankle waist, here, running forward, chop, catch the wrist, he goes elbow high, home position, again, here. All right, now, I'm ready to turn him, put it on his back. I like to call this like sitting up in the saddle here. All right, he's not going anywhere. Now, overbar, put it down here, step up, kick him up high here, take him over. This leg, he bridges into me, kick him off, arm comes over, catch him here for the pin. Usually I'll hold him there and try to get my count, and then when he bridges in, I'll kick him off. That's when I'll get the pin. All right, so another one here. This time I'll go spiral ride. So, like I said, I'll sit with my weight a little bit more forward here. Here. He'll make him carry my weight. We'll stay up here. When I feel like I really got a lot of pressure, I collapse over this wrist here. Same thing, home position. Run him down. Here. Arm on his back. Okay. This time, take the wrist, place it. Okay, this time I'm going to come under and catch his wrist, so watch how I block with this knee here, or with my knee. Because a lot of guys, you know, if I don't do that, they'll come here, they'll grab the inside of their own leg or their own butt, and I can't reach this wrist, tilt it. So I use my knee to keep it in place. Okay, catch that here, tilt opposite side. My body perpendicular to his. Okay, I don't want to be parallel hugging him. I won't get my top. Perpendicular, bottom knee, this one facing the sky, this one elevated. All right, this time, same thing, I'll go claw. Here, I'll bump him forward, get weight on his hands, claw. Here, take him over that bar. Run him down. The wrist on his back. Here. All right. This time, wait, I did that. Hold on, I'm sorry. Like that. This time, let's say, this time I go chop. Okay, they won't, every time they won't go elbow high. Sometimes these guys will just keep it down here. So I won't be able to feed it off to my bar. I can go into some tilts here too. So I'm just flatten this guy out. Probably my best turn in college, if I really flatten this guy, and I got this wrist, I push this across, my roll through tilt. This elbow, I post right on his thigh, right here. Okay, right here. Post right on his thigh, and I just roll right through. Here. Same thing, bottom knee in the sky, he's gonna be trying to belly out. This leg elevate. Here. perpendicular. That's the key on all these tilts, is getting perpendicular.
Are there any tricks that you found to, I got guys with that bottom leg, not the elevator leg, the rudder leg, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
I cannot get them to keep it up. And I struggle with it all the time. Is there anything you found to kind of get them?
It's just, you know, I mean, that's the key to tilting the guy, is keeping them in your lap there. And the kind of tip that I have is just, you know, really tell them, have it facing the ceiling. You know, really have it facing the ceiling. You know, if I don't, and I go here, and this bottom leg is lazy, he'll roll off. You know what I mean? So I struggle coaching my youth kids with that too. When I have them roll through on this tilt, guys have a hard time getting that bottom knee facing the sky to catch them in their lap, you know what I mean? So it's just, I mean, here, as I go, it's already got to be up.
Yeah.
On that bar, when you grab it, you go to the front or to the side, can you go too far to the front?
What do you mean?
When you see
yeah,
a lot of
when
heavy weights
I put it on his
weight.
back here.
No, when you're just got underneath and you're running it, you're in that.
When you get to that home position.
Yeah.
When I'm
Is
here.
there too far to the front you can go, or is that exactly where you want to be? I've seen people before that they'll just keep circling that all the way down.
I definitely want to be out over it.
But you don't want to be too far over?
I like to straddle with my hips, and then I sink my hips down to the mat here. I get my knees wide.
Okay.
This guy will try to, you know, he'll try to keep his base if he's a good wrestler, but it really puts a lot of pressure on his shoulder here. And I'm almost putting this hand like on the inside of my thigh here, and it lets me crank on the shoulder a little bit.
Okay.
And then Coach used to get on me in college that, you know, people think you're safer, you know, once you get this wrist staying behind. But you're really not. Like, don't be afraid to get out here. You know, first of all, you're off the hips, you're not going to get called for stalling. There's nothing he can do. You know, and I'm getting all the weight on his hands. If I stay back here and just try to play it safe, this guy can still stand up. You know, so I got to get my weight out over that shoulder. Okay, so this time I go, let's say I go spiral here. Okay, bust over it, here, right back to that home position. All right, so I run them down here, right back to my 2-on-1. Okay, tilt. When I tilt, guys, like I said, my first one was just that roll through. That was probably my best tilt. Regular cheap tilt here. My arms got to go long. Okay, I'm going to yank this guy up into my lap here. But you see how I let my arms go long? That's the key to this. Everybody wants to try to hug guys here. They'll flatten them out, and they'll try to hug guys. What ends up happening is you stay too parallel with them, and you can't get the count. Okay, I've got to let my arms go long so I can go perpendicular. Here, 2-on-1. Flatten them out. Let my arms go long. I'm going to yank them up into my lap here. Same thing, bottom knee in the sky, just one elbow. All right, this time, I'll go ankle, running forward here. Chop, here. Okay, maybe I can't tilt him this way. He's going hard hip down the other way. Okay, so I'll yank him up here and roll him through. This arm, I steer him with here. Still putting him right in my lap.
You're still yanking them up.
Yep, I still yank him up. Here, chop. Flatten him out. Okay. Try and tilt him this way. I can't. I'll hop over and yank him up here. This arm is the one doing all the work. Okay, so I'm going to try tilting this way. Hop over, yank him up, and then I'm going to steer him with this arm. Still put him right in my lap here. We'll try to turn down. Elevate here. So, I mean, that's really my whole top series there. You guys want me to review that?
Can you show it when they stand up? Like stand up, how to hit the tilt? From
Yeah. So I'll go here. You got to catch that wrist, even if he stands up here. I like that. Okay. I'll do the same thing I do down on the mat. I push here. I got to get this elbow on his thigh, and then I'm going to roll through here. Still, put my head under. He'll try to turn down. So that got that bottom knee in the sky. Elevating with this one. So, like I said, everything starts, the hardest part is the breakdowns. Getting to that wrist. Once I get to the wrist, everything's pretty easy. So I got, 3 or 4 different breakdowns. Going here, spiral, put my weight out on it. Okay. 4th part of this, like I said, like you have a bolt between my chest and his shoulder. Wherever my chest goes, I move his shoulder. Here. Run him down. Here. Okay. Got the arm on his back now. First one, here. Over bar, push it down. Under his chin, grabbing his pec, stepping up high in his armpit here, yanking him up. Here, taking him over. I don't want to keep this leg in. If he bridges into me, I'll be in some trouble. Okay, you gotta have it out here. So that when he bridges into me, kick him off over the head. Here, this time, I'll bump him forward. I like to go, if I know I'm going to use that claw, I see a lot of guys, they try to hang on with the claw, Good riders, you can't hang on, you got to go take something. Get weight on their hands, get weight forward. Off the whistle, this is not good. No weight on his hands. Look, he can just stand up. Okay, so if I'm going to use that claw, it's not going to be to hang on, just hang. I want to get weight forward and then get over that bar. So if I know I'm going to use that claw, I bump him forward here and get all the weight on his hands first using a double thigh pry. Stop his first move here. See? Then I go claw here, deep, suck it up over that bar here. Back to my home position. Same thing. Taking him down here. This time, over bar again. Here. This is crucial. Blocking with my knee. I don't want to grab it, let him grab his butt or the inside of his knee, inside of his leg, then I can't reach it. So when I put it back there, I keep my knee up there to block. Okay, then I can grab here. Okay, so this time, say I go chop. Knee in the butt, he doesn't go elbow high. Okay, gets his knees back under him. I kind of let him come up a little bit. I push this across here and I get my elbow right on the inside of his thigh. Here. Now I'm ready to go. Put my head under and roll. My bottom knee is already up. Perpendicular with him. Get my top. regular cheek tilt here, chop. Here, knee in the butt. Okay, he's bellied out on me. Okay. See how I'm straddled on his leg here. Okay, so I let my arms go long, head and chest up, yank him, pull him right in my lap. This time, same thing, chop. He's hipping down hard, I can't tilt him. You got the other hip down. Okay, I'm gonna hop over, yank him up and roll. All right, so you guys got any questions on that?
How do you read their setup to determine what kind of breakdown you're gonna use?
Like if this guy's really heavy on his hands, you know, I usually do a spiral or a claw, just because I know, you know, I don't gotta do that much to go. He's already got weight on his hands. If his ankles are curled, I'll usually go ankle chop. And if he's sitting on his ankles, it's usually easiest, I feel like, to move him this way, so I'll go just chop. But it's kind of just, you know, like I tell the guys I coach, you gotta, you know, be a smart wrestler. Watch, you know, even though you only got 4 or 5 seconds, you know, while the ref is, you know, you're here, and the ref says bottom guy set. I'm watching, you know, I'm reading clues here. I'm probably gonna go ankle. So. But
On the bottom, how do I beat this? And then at the top,
what's that?
so on the bottom, how is he going to stop or screw up this offense?
The main mistake I see a lot of guys make is they don't grab this. It's crucial to grab this fat part of the hand. Okay, because you can't roll it out here. Too strong. If I grab the wrist though, that's what, you know. It's really, I mean, it's kind of crazy how they can't do anything. Their only hope is to, you know, come, if I'm doing it right and grabbing that fat part of the hand, his only hope is to come in and peel it off with this one. Okay, he'll peel it off, you know. So that's why I'm playing like a hand fighting game here. This hand, my only job is to keep it away from the other one. I'll ride this guy all day. That's pretty much it for my top series. I guess I'll go a little bit on my feet too. If I'm moving around a little bit gingerly, sorry, I popped my knee the other day, so I'm having a hard time moving a little bit, but